result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there, you got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? We was fighting.
It's in the house. Yeah, definitely, man.
Say what up, Dr. B. Say what's up. Say what's up, say what's up. Say what's up.
Hey, yo, you know when I get you, nephew, your nephew, you don't acting like that, bro. What's up, man?
Say what's up, say what's up.
What's up?
Get out of here. Yeah.
Man, yeah, what's up? You been feeling good?
Nah, yeah, man, feeling great, man. I mean, you know, considering all things, I think that, you know, it's really important that we unite right now. You know, I was just, you know, there's a lot of things that have happened over the...
In a stunning last-ditch effort to avoid prison, Diddy's legal team has just filed a shocking motion claiming their client lacked the mental capacity to understand or control his actions.
Don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, 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 yeah.
This desperate move comes as Usher reportedly prepares to testify against his former mentor in what could be the most explosive celebrity trial in decades. With judges denying key defense motions and critical video evidence now officially part of the case, Diddy's empire is unraveling faster than anyone predicted. The unfolding drama reveals a pattern of alleged abuse, manipulation, and unchecked power stretching back decades, and involving some of music's biggest names. As the May trial date approaches, the walls are closing in on a hip-hop mogul who once seemed untouchable.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. You know, shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, like, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, I mean, damn, pause, but like, check this out. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And I'm
what the f*** did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid.
Sources close to the case reveal that Usher is preparing to testify and will likely be subpoenaed for the upcoming trial. This marks a major blow to Diddy's defense. The very protege he once mentored is now set to speak under oath. Industry insiders suggest Usher's testimony could include disturbing first-hand accounts of Diddy's behavior over the years. What makes this especially troubling is that Usher was only 13 when he was sent to live with Diddy in what was called Puffy Flavor Camp.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and non-stop, right?
Nah, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, you know, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And what kind, do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like I had like, you know,
What
like
a
living
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
During a Rolling Stone interview, Usher said Diddy's place was filled with curious things, and that he got a chance to see some things despite his age. These comments have sparked years of speculation about what really happened during that time. Former employees and industry veterans, including Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright, have claimed disturbing things took place at Diddy's now infamous gatherings.
I know, and people know, that was around in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you?
Somebody would come out and just like sue him. Like, we need Usher. No, we do. We need a victim to come out and be honest about him. Because what I'm realizing is that he's gonna fake the funk into the victim, man. He's just gonna keep on sucking the devil. And I don't know, you know, like with a baby, that pacifier, sometimes you gotta pull it out. You know what I'm saying? And take it away, right? When the baby's used to sucking on the pacifier. That keep sucking on it until you do what? Till you take it out the mouth. Now it's gonna scream and holler, but eventually it will get used to the fact that his mouth is no longer full with that object. And that it's time to just, you know, learn how to live without it. He's been sucking on Diddy.
With Usher allegedly present, even though he was a minor. Some reports even suggest the experiences took such a toll that Usher required medical attention at one point. Now, with Usher seemingly ready to speak in court, Diddy could face devastating testimony from someone who was inside his inner circle from the beginning. According to court documents filed on April 27th, Diddy's lawyers now argue that due to the effects of substance use, their client wasn't fully aware of or in control of his behavior during key periods. This tactic implies Diddy was too impaired to grasp the nature of his alleged actions, a move legal experts say reflects growing desperation. Prosecutors immediately responded by filing a motion to block any expert from testifying that Diddy lacked mental capacity due to alcohol or drug use. They've asked the judge to reject the defense's attempt to introduce psychiatric testimony. This comes after 4 failed attempts by Diddy's team to suppress or discredit major evidence. The bigger picture? Diddy reportedly declined a plea deal, one that may have involved naming other powerful figures in the music industry. His refusal to cooperate hints at just how deep this situation might go. In a major blow to Diddy's defense, the judge ruled that the surveillance footage showing Diddy physically attacking Cassandra Ventura, better known as Cassie, in a hotel hallway in 2016 will be shown to the jury.
Let's talk about the showdown in the courtroom over the bombshell video allegedly showing Sean Diddy Combs' then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura.
Now, Diddy's lawyers are arguing to exclude the footage from the rapper's upcoming trial. Legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer joins us now with more on what this could mean for the high-profile case. So good to have you. Okay, so they want this video left out. What's their argument for this?
So Mark Agnifilo, Sean Combs' attorney, is arguing that, you probably hear this phrase, this is not a true and accurate representation of what the video depicts. He's saying a number of arguments that the CNN had taken this video and sped it up. They kind of chopped it up into this montage, and it's not accurate. He's also making the allegation that the original video no longer exists. And so because this isn't accurate, the jury shouldn't see it. And according to Diddy's attorneys, because the original doesn't exist or it's been tampered with, no video such as this should be presented to the jury.
So what does CNN say about these claims?
So CNN has come out and said, we did not alter it. We did not change anything. And in fact, they're saying that they do have the original as well. So on multiple levels, Sean Combs' argument kind of falls flat, because if it is sped up, and I think there is some degree of it's being sped up, if the original still exists, that can still be used as evidence against Sean Combs.
The video, first obtained by CNN, shows him the hair. His lawyers claimed the footage had been manipulated and argued that the original version no longer exists. CNN swiftly refuted that claim, confirming they still have the unaltered file.
Combs wants that video or videos excluded from trial. And for that, we turn to his motion in limine to exclude video footage of that March 5th, 2016 incident. Motion in limine is a pretrial motion that aims at preventing evidence from coming into trial or limiting it in some way. And it starts by saying, quote, "There is no longer any dispute that the CNN footage from March 5th, 2016 at the Intercontinental Hotel offered by the government at 3 separate bail hearings is wholly inaccurate, having been altered, manipulated, sped up, and edited to be out of sequence. As indicated below, CNN paid Redacted, don't know who this person is, Redacted, for footage, copied that footage in unknown ways, presented that footage out of order, and destroyed the original. Accordingly, all the footage from CNN is inaccurate and inadmissible. As for the 2 items of footage filmed by an iPhone 6, those pieces of footage are inaccurate and admissible as well for the reasons set out below." Now,
The judge sided with the prosecution, allowing the video to be presented, along with testimony from the person who recorded it. Even worse for the defense, prosecutors also plan to introduce footage from Diddy's notorious parties, long rumored to include inappropriate content and behavior involving compromised individuals. With this visual evidence now officially part of the case, Diddy's lawyers face an uphill battle trying to counter what jurors will soon witness for themselves. Perhaps the clearest sign of trouble, Diddy's own lawyers are jumping ship. Attorney Anthony Rico formally requested to withdraw, stating he could no longer represent Diddy consistent with professional ethical standards. The vague but serious wording suggests something in the evidence made it impossible to continue. Even more shocking, the elite law firm Grubman, Shire, Mycelis & Sachs, which had represented Diddy for over 20 years, also dropped him as a client.
so the high-powered law firm of Grubman, Shire, Mycelis & Sachs has dropped Combs as a client. Now, this is the firm of Alan Grubman, who is a very prominent entertainment lawyer that represents some very big names. The Weeknd, Madonna, Chris Brown, Paul Simon, Usher, Bruce Springsteen. In fact, by the way, Alan Grubman was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He actually helped found that back in the 1980s. So, gives you an idea about how big of a powerhouse this firm is. Now let's go back to Sean Combs. So the rumor circulating is that this firm did this because singer and actress Lady Gaga had threatened to leave the firm unless they parted ways with Combs. This is according to reporting by News Nation. And it's a big deal because the rapper and producer had apparently been with Grubman's firm for over 20 years. He was friends with Alan Grubman by all accounts.
This firm handles top artists like Madonna, Bruce Springsteen, and ironically, Usher. Rumors suggest Lady Gaga may have pressured them to cut ties, though this remains unconfirmed. With multiple lawyers quitting and others scrambling to delay proceedings, Diddy's defense looks more fractured than ever. Their request for a 2-month delay, due to new charges and additional accusers, was just denied by the judge. Despite arguments from the defense that they need more time, the judge has refused to delay the trial. Jury selection begins in May as planned. The judge noted that 4 separate law firms are currently representing Diddy, raising questions about why more time is truly needed. The court also ruled that several alleged victims may testify under pseudonyms for privacy and safety. However, Cassie Ventura, listed as Victim 1 in court documents, will reportedly testify using her real name, adding credibility and weight to the prosecution's case. The judge did grant the defense access to interview footage from a Warner Brothers documentary that includes potential trial witnesses. But this small win does little to offset the tidal wave of evidence stacking up. The most haunting part of Usher's testimony could be his own story. At just 13 years old, he lived with Diddy to learn the industry. Years later, footage surfaced showing an adult Usher at one of Diddy's parties that insiders described as filled with inappropriate activity. In one interview, Usher said, "I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. It was wild, chicks everywhere, nonstop crazy stuff." When asked if he'd ever send his own child to Puffy camp, Usher replied, "Hell no."
Years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Security Chief Gene Deal also claimed, back then, people knew Puff and Usher had a situation. That situation put Usher in the hospital. He added, "I'll let Usher explain what happened." Compounding the unease, Usher was sued in 2018 for allegedly exposing partners to a medical condition. Some have speculated whether his early years in the industry contributed to long-term issues, though no direct connection has been proven. With Usher stepping forward, explosive video evidence, and a shrinking legal team, it's clear this case is spiraling. But it's no longer just about Diddy. It's about an industry long protected by silence. The trial threatens to expose deep-rooted exploitation, abuse of power, and manipulation that have existed unchecked for decades. What happens in that courtroom could shake the foundations of the entire music world. As Diddy faces trial, wearing a prison-issued uniform and telling his family, "I love you and we're good," the moment feels final. For his alleged victims, justice may finally be at hand. And for an industry once seen as untouchable, a warning. The era of silence is over.